Welcome back, everyone. My name is Mark Braswell. I'm a painter, a sculptor, mixed media artist in Denver, Colorado. I just finished a big painting with another person, Denise Emby. I'll put her name in the description. We did a large 6x8 canvas. Let me see. I'll show you what it looks like. It's really big. So this is off to 931 Gallery here in Denver in the Santa Fe Arts District. Make sure I got it. Yeah, that's good. Should be a great show. It's next Friday, 6 to 9 p.m. So I'm continuing working on my figuration into abstraction. I started this one. This is 2x4, 3x4, 3x4. I think that's a real manageable size that can fit anywhere in anyone's home or office or whatever. Not that I make art for that reason, but just to give you an idea. So it is two new figures. It's actually the same figure. You can kind of see here, there's the butt right there. It's a back shot. And then when I was moving it, it turned sideways, a little angle. So I did it here again, and I like that kind of double image. We may or may not see the figures at some point. It's really not the point. I just want to start from a figural thing. It gives me a sense of volume and shape and that kind of thing. I'm also going to do something that I do all the time, but I don't think I've ever shown you this. So I'm going to go into here. I've already kind of wet it a little bit. I'm going to wet it some more. I do this thing where I create a color, and then I continually change that color. So I'll put this as the base, and then maybe I'll add a little yellow. It'll change it slightly, add a little bit more white, add red, it turns gray, that kind of thing. So I hope you enjoy that. It's a real interesting way to paint and to get a very similar color story happening in the background. Well, it's going to be in the foreground too. Thank you to Gordon Materian for the shirt. This is, of course, Jackson Pollock. He's not my absolute fave, but I do like his work, and I think his work kind of changed art as we know it. So, let me get my water, and we are gonna hit this in. This is the first color, by the way. It's kind of a green, has a touch of red in it, and a little bit of white. I think often these kind of darker colors make great backgrounds for blending and that kind of thing. More water. So as I've said many times, what it does is it kind of loosens up the canvas to accept paint more, and you use less paint when you do it this way. So. I also came in here, the background is actually a bathroom, so it has all these tiles in it. So I have the tiles in there. And then I just kind of did a free-form line, not really reminiscent of anything. But I want to take all of these shapes and connect them somehow, but still be aware of that there's a line through it. It's almost like paint by numbers, but Not really. And then by adding other colors later on, it keeps this same color base, but it adds a little bit of difference to it. Actually, there's so much water used in acrylic painting. A lot of times people are like, oh, it just dries so fast. I don't know how to handle that. What I do is just keep it moist. And here's the trick most people don't know. If you get it on your clothes, it will come out. Soak it, brush it slightly. You can use a little baking soda, and that works great. I have a series of paint clothes, so this is one of them. So I don't care if they get too much on them. I really like this green. So this show is going to be next Friday with the big painting. This is just me painting. I'm doing a couple of different things for my solo show this year. I'm exploring them now, trying to get them going. Maybe I'll show some pictures and I'll talk about it. One series I'm working on is called The New American Landscape. And what that is I drive Uber part-time, and I'm up really early in the morning and I'll see all these beautiful sunsets. But because I live in Denver, I never get a clear view of the sunset just with the landscape. You have a car here, you have your own part of your own car, the dash top, all of that. Or there's a truck in front of you, or there's some trees blocking your view. So it's about how we really can't connect back to real nature without getting out of the city. So I'll show you some of that soon. And I really am, I love the idea and I want to do more. So we'll see. I just need to figure out if I want to paint them or if I want to just use them as photographs, because the photographs are really nice. Okay, Let's add some color to it. Okay. So I'm going to mix those two into this color. I like to use a big palette because sometimes if you want to split things up, you can do that, but it gives me a better view of what I'm looking for. So this is going to be more of a chartreuse color. So in its simplest form, I'm going to try to create a color. It's called chartreuse, which is really equal parts yellow and equal parts green, which is generally like a lime green like that. But I like for it to be a shade off, so I'm going to use red. So here you go. Use that much red. That's alizarin crimson. I'm doing my dad thing. I always do. He used to always stick out his tongue when he was concentrated. Concentrating. So I'm going to go in and start. Oh, that's what it looks like. Which I really like. And I'm going to add some more yellow and green so it kind of blends in better. But I love this kind of, it's like a rusty rose color. I think it works well with vibrant colors. What this does in the big scheme of things is I'm trying to get away from having very prime colors or really bright ones that are kind of one-dimensional to me. Definitely coming in here. And see, this is kind of what I wanted to do. I wanted to kind of move with this green. Okay. I love purple, but I think that it works a little bit better in as accents. So again, color change. Okay. So now I'm adding more white, more yellow, and just a touch more green. I want it to get off of this more brown baby shit color. I often call it that. And I tell you, don't diss the baby shit colors. They are what make any bright color look exceptional. So get them in there, use them as accents. See, that's a beautiful color. So now I'm going to come back on this side, do the same thing. Maybe in here. I think you can kind of see it coming together now. The thing about these bright colors is I really like to have a lot of texture in them. I like for them to kind of blend and go back into the original color, just so it doesn't seem like a color by number kind of thing. And yes, I do paint with my hands. So calm down, relax. It's going to be fine. Oh, see, I love that color. Huh. I don't know. What do you guys think so far? I'm kind of digging it. I love what's happening right here. It's very quick, but there's lots of variation in the color. And I like this form starting to show up here, this kind of half movement thing. So I'm going to continue on. We'll do some updates, some more painting. I'm I'm going to stay on it this time, so I'll give you at least 3 videos of me making this painting. I want to thank you for watching this. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you later.